Hi everyone, I'm Tangi Patton, host of GoodTasteWithTangi.com. Get ready to be excited about Texas wines. I'm thrilled to be hosting this video show all about Texas wines called the GO TEXAN WineCast. Texas is known for making good wines, Cab, Chardonnay, Chenin Blanc, but there are some innovative varietals that are being produced in Texas that just might surprise you. Take a look. We're talking Tempranillo. Now, you may think of Tempranillo from Spain, where it originated, but believe it or not, you're going to be very familiar with Texas Tempranillos. And with me now is a man that knows all about Texas Tempranillos, Jim Johnson with Alamosa Wine Cellars, a grape you all are growing and doing very well with.
Yes, we are, as are a number of other Texas wineries.
Now, what is it about Texas that makes the Tempranillo a perfect climate for it to grow in?
Tempranillo is a grape that thrives on heat. If you look at a map of Spain, it's best known for the wines it produces in the Rioja and the Ribera del Duero, but they grow Tempranillo almost everywhere in Spain, even their hottest areas. Now,
for people who aren't familiar with Tempranillo, give us some of the characteristics of a good Tempranillo wine.
A good Tempranillo wine is a big, fat, juicy wine that speaks of blueberries and saddle leather, and sometimes you get a little bit of rosemary out of it. It's a wine that's all about earth and sun and big, luscious fruit flavors.
So for food purposes, if I want to try a nice Tempranillo, what should I pair with it?
Get yourself a nice leg of lamb.
Really?
Yeah.
Would steak work as well?
Steak works as well. Something nice and rare.
The rarer the better?
Tempranillo is a big wine. It can stand up to a nice rare steak.
Now, do you have a favorite Tempranillo? Of course, you can name yours.
I believe Alamosa Wine Cellars is probably my
How did I know you were
favorite.
going to say that?
Well, we've got several here that we've selected as being very nice examples of what's being done in Texas with Tempranillo. Dan Gatlin, who is the winemaker at Inwood Estate, he's growing that fruit in the high plains. It's being grown by Neil Newsom. He's growing that Tempranillo for Dan, and Dan is doing a great job with the winemaking. We've got Texas Hills Vineyard. They are purchasing fruit from the high plains, Tempranillo fruit from the high plains, and they're co-fermenting it with some Cabernet that they grow on their estate. We've got the Red Caboose Tempranillo Syrah blend. That comes from the high plains. And then we got the El Guapo, that's our Tempranillo. We blend that up with some Mourvedre, which we call Monastrell on the Guapo label. That's the Spanish name for that grape. And then the last one that we have is Brushy Creek. They're growing that up in Wise County. And Les Constable, the owner and winemaker, tells me that that's their very best-selling red wine in the tasting room. Tangi, let me pour you a little Tempranillo here. One of the things you'll notice about the Tempranillo is that it has nice color. That's one of the things that we like about it in Texas is we don't have trouble developing color like we do some of the more common red varieties like Cabernet or Merlot. Tempranillo does not require the huge swing in temperatures between daytime and nighttime. It seems to be okay with our warmer nights.
So what do you see as the future for Tempranillo in Texas?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Tangi. The vineyard owners in the high plains and in the hill country are planting Tempranillo a whole lot faster than they're planting any other red grape in the state. They're also planting Grenache, they're also planting Mourvedre and some of the other grapes that have proven to work well in our climate. And the wineries are asking for people to plant Tempranillo. The wineries are prepared to buy everything that's produced. And we're kind of on a roll with this grape. I tell people all the time, wine is an expression of the grape and where it's grown. And when it's grown in Texas, it's going to be a different wine than if it's grown in California or Oregon. We don't have the same climate as Oregon or California. We've got Texas climate. And the way we started our winery is we looked at a map of Europe and found the places that were hot, had climates like Texas, and we grow the grapes they grow. That's southern France, that's Italy, that's Spain. And we think Texas can build an industry and be a significant player in the wine world with those grapes.
Jim Johnson, Alamosa Wine Cellars, thank you.
My pleasure, Tangi.